Gills are back in league action this week as we're at home against top of the table Port Vale, and it would be a very Gillsy thing to win this considering the run of form we're on at the moment. But it's all going to unravel here on German Gills. Welcome to the German Gills Show. I'm going to be your host, Reece, to take you through every step of today's game against Port Vale. And if you're a Vale fan stopping by on this video, thank you very much for doing so. Our sponsor this season is C&A Building Products. And if you have a building project going on at the moment and you need some materials, these are you guys to go to. And if you're a season ticket holder of Gillingham and you buy some products there, if you show your season ticket, you'll get 10% off your order. Right, let's head over to Luke's 11.
Hello and welcome to Luke's 11, which is sponsored by C&A Building Products. Well, we are back after the FA Cup weekend, which sadly saw us lose 2-0 to Blackpool and saw the return of Gills icon Steve Bruce back to Priestfield. Unfortunately, I wasn't at the game, so I can't comment fully on that, as I've only seen the highlights. That being said, though, and scrolling through social media, it seems that we can take some solace from performances from Wakeling and Ewan Williams. The latter has actually really impressed me, especially at Swindon, and I think seeing him have a run of games in the squad is only going to benefit us and him moving forward. The last 7 games have been woeful from the Gills, and we are still searching for that all-important W. The visitors, however, are in a fine vein of form, with Darren Moore picking up 2 back-to-back Manager of the Months. It's certainly going to make today a very tough test, although it would be very Gills to pick up the points today, wouldn't it? So, I have gone with this 11. Glenn Morris to continue in the sticks, a back 4 of Romeo Hutton, Max Zamer, Connor Masterson and Max Clark, a midfield 5 of Armani Little, Ewan Williams, Jaden Clark, Jack Nolan and Tim Dieng, with a lone striker of Jacob Wakeling. Unfortunately, I do fear the worst today, but I do think it will be a close game. A score prediction for me, I'm going to go for a 2-1 defeat with Tim Dieng scoring for the Gills. Los Gills!
Adam, Wesgate is going to Priestfield Stadium this afternoon. We're on a really bad run of form at the moment. Adam, do you see it turn around today? And what are your predictions?
Well, it is a bit hard to see, to be honest, looking at the team and the last few games. Swindon has really done me in terms of confidence, but it's hard to see us coming away with all 3 points. I'd be happy with a draw today, which is a bit tough to say at this point in the season, but if only we can get that monkey off our back, then it'll just make all the difference with 2 weeks off. And I do think the Walsall game being postponed is useful. I think we look a bit lightweight up front. I think we're going to struggle to get a goal. I do like the fact we're playing 3 centre-backs, because we're just too leaky at the back, too prone to a counter-attack when we play 4, because we don't have any defensive midfield without Robbie McKenzie, and to some extent Little, but he's playing. He's more about transition play, so I am going to go for a 0-0 because I'm going to try and be optimistic we're going to keep a clean sheet, but yeah, if we can get anything out of today, that would actually be all right. But if we can get the win, brilliant. Let's see how we get on. Los Gills.
And we've got the German Gills fan zone. Fans been reaching out about the game this afternoon. Let's hear what they have to say.
Hello Reece, well we're back now for the score predictions again. Well, after FA Cup last week, 2-0 didn't go our way, but we did alright, we dominated, they are League 1. Today against Port Vale, who are top of the league, I think we could win 3-2, but I seriously want to believe, but then I don't. I'm going to go 3-2 today, but if it's 2-1, I'm going to say that as well, because I'm not really sure. But come on, Gills, let's get the victory. Let's get back to winning ways. Come on. Because the Swindon game was a joke. Come on.
Hello, Reece, hope you're well. The result today against Port Vale is going to be a 2-1 win for the Gills, and they're going to beat a Jacob Wakeling and a Connor Masterson of the Gills. Also, Gills.
Hi Reece, Stefan here. Hope you're doing well. Hope you've had a good week, mate. On my way to Priestfield Stadium for today's game against the league leaders, Port Vale. We've got to get a win from somewhere. We seem to have played badly and lost against the teams at the bottom half of the table who we should have been beating. So I'm hoping that's quite a good omen for today, and see if we can cause a bit of an upset today, because we should really be doing a lot better than what we have been. I don't want to be too negative, so I'm going to go for a draw today, a 1-1, and I think Connor Masterson will get the goal for the Gills today. But yeah, let's hope we get the 3 points and end this losing streak, because it's getting ridiculous now. Anyway, have a good one, mate, and I'll speak to you soon. Los Gills.
Good afternoon, Reece. Ben here, just parked up at Priestfield for this afternoon's game with Port Vale at home. Hope you are well and had a fantastic week. Well, today's going to be very, very tough, because they haven't lost in the league since the end of August against Doncaster, whilst of course ourselves we're without a win in 7. So, but I can't go against Gills today, so I am going to go with a 1-0 Gills win, and I'm going to say the League 2 Patrick Vieira to score for us in Timmy Dieng. But of course, as always, fingers crossed for 3 points, and Los Gills.
Let's head over to Priestfield Stadium for today's live match reaction. Los Gills! So we're about to get underway here at Priestfield Stadium. Big shout out to our sponsor C&A Building Products. A link to their website can be found in the description down below. And if you would like to get access to full match replays on this channel, yeah, if you're interested in that kind of stuff, there is a join button underneath this video, and you can select full match replays membership, and you can get access to all of the full games of Gillingham. Anyway, let's see if we can actually get a win. We haven't had it in a while. My goodness me. Maybe today's the day. Oh, there's a mistake from Port Vale, and Little's picked it up. Can Gills take advantage of this while Port Vale is trying to scramble back into defensive positions because they're all out of possession? As the ball goes over to the left-hand side, there's an overlap and run there by Dieng. It's a little bit too much. It's picked up by Deborah, and it's cleared, not convincingly, as Gills keep the pressure up. It's a good bit of passage of play from Gillingham here. And Masterson looking to get the ball over to the right-hand side. You've got Hutton who's picked it up and taken on his man. Again, it's not the most convincing, but we still keep possession. Well, not anymore. We've lost it now. But I have to say, one of the free kicks given away. Joe, I'm going to keep this in the highlight reel, because for 23 minutes, Gillingham have done well. They've kept possession most of the part and played some really nice football, but they haven't created anything, which is very standard for this season. And Port Vale, I think they're coming here to maybe just try and scrape a 1-0 or something like that. A little bit of that kind of sort of, if you're top of the league and want to keep winning games like this, that's the kind of football we've got to play. It isn't good looking football at all, though. Nonetheless, we're 24 minutes in and not a single thing has happened. So Marnie Little has just gone down, apparently holding his hamstring, and it's the last thing that Gills need again at the moment. Like, it's the amount of injuries that we're getting is unbelievable, but it always seems to be on these really key influential players, and that's what Little's been for us this season. Gets on the pitch, he's pretty much fully fit. Well, arguably is he? If he's going to have to go off eventually with a hamstring injury, it's a despair. It's so frustrating that we just can't seem to get any players properly fit for this division, and it's just really making a huge impact on our progress of wanting to try and at least get out of this division into League One, because it's really, really not happening if we're going to keep getting injuries like this. Port Vale got the ball moving forward here. It could open up, and Gills got to be careful. The ball's picked up by Grant, who's looking to get a little bit of space somewhere to build an attack. Port Vale now going on the right-hand side to try and continue this Curtis. Rich starts on the ball, but instead it's gone all the way through to Sanger, puts the ball into the box, and it's cleared away by Gills, but it has fallen back into defeat, but it's offside. My goodness me. But this, like, I will put this in the highlight reel, but as a passage of play goes, like, is that how exciting it gets? I'm not quite sure, but really nothing's happened. And with now Marnie Little off the pitch, Gillingham have noticeably had less of the ball, and that is a real issue, and it's so frustrating. But it's still 0-0. And Port Vale got momentum coming forward now as they break in more down this left-hand side, and Grant's going to pick up the ball and take on Hutton. Gills got to be careful. There's a few overlapping runs, but he's giving it back to Curtis. Curtis going to take a shot now. He's going to put it into the box, and Oji's cleared that. He didn't need to do that. That would have gone straight out for a goal kick, because it goes back in the box by Sang, and Gills got to be careful one more time. My goodness me, that's really poor defending, and that's probably going to be a penalty. No, not a penalty, as the attack still goes, and this is the most exciting thing that's happened this game. Referee had a clear view of that one. From this camera angle, it looked like Turner got a touch on a Vale player. I didn't quite see who the player was, but it's Gillingham now. I've got the ball sprayed over to the left-hand side to try and get some counter-attack, and it's going to go out for a throw-in. Gills got the ball coming forward over a bit before momentum. Can Wiley put the pass through? He can to Wakeling. Wakeling can get a bit of space, get the shot. He does hit the shot and he's blocked. Can we do it one more time as Wiley tries to get that ball down? He eventually gets it over to the right-hand side for Hutton to do something with it. He's going to use his weak foot to put in the box. Not a bad ball in, but it's headed easy away by Vale as Coleman takes it down. He should be taking that down better because now we've lost the momentum of the play. However, he has got it to Masterson. He's done well there and finished him. He gets it out to Hutton. He's going to take on his man here. Takes on Connor Grant. Eventually goes into the box and then it's cleared away again by Vale. That is really poor crossing. Oh, that's an awful touch emoji, and now Gills on the back foot. No aim should clear that up. But that probably is like the first shot, and it's blocked. And that's all we have to shout about so far. And that is half time. So at half time, it's Gillingham 0, Port Vale 0, and on the line we have Adam Wesgate.
Good afternoon.
So, yeah, 0-0. It feels like a 0-0 game. I don't know what your interpretation of it is.
Yeah, it does. I'm quite happy in the sense of that we've actually tried to play with some intent. I don't think we've created much, but we've done better against Port Vale than we have other teams. Though I found when we play teams that are a bit more expansive this season than last season, we do generally tend to fare better. But losing little, I mean, we really do struggle in the middle of the park with our transition play, and we've just again looked a bit more flat since he's been off, so I'm a bit worried about the second half, to be honest.
100%. Like Little does add that. Like since he went off, we just keep. There seems to be a big void in the centre of the park, and for me, it feels like a bit of a one-man team when he's gone. I mean, we mentioned McKenzie earlier, maybe the other one, but I don't know what your thoughts are on that.
Well, no, I agree with that. And with McKenzie, at least you know that you're going to get something defensively solid. I really think in January our number one priority has to be the centre of midfield. McKenzie always gets injured. Good player, but gets injured. Little can't rely on one man all the time. We just need more. And I think actually we'd end up getting more goals that way as well. It's probably more of a priority than a striker. I think we've got good attacking options. It's just hasn't been clicking the last 3 or 4 seasons for different reasons, has it?
No, you're absolutely right. And maybe it is a midfield with that idea of creativity. But speaking of goals, do you reckon there are going to be any in this game in the second half?
Well, Port Vale do look dangerous when they go forward, but they haven't gone forward as much as you would have thought. So I'm probably thinking it could be a 0-0. I suppose it all comes down to how much people go for it at the end of the game. Port Vale might just fancy themselves nicking a goal. So I'm going to stick with 0-0, but tentatively.
My goodness me. Well, they are top of the table. Maybe we would take a point, but we'll catch up. That's for certain at full time.
See you then.
So we're about to get underway here for the second half. A shout out to our other supporter of the channel, which is Viper Golf. If you're into your retro football kits and you like golf, you can combine the two by getting a retro football kit golf shirt. And if you go to the link down below and buy any shirts from Viper Golf, you can use the code GG5 and get £5 off your order. Right. Can we actually get something from this game? Can something happen? Maybe Gills can snatch you in, but, you know, it does feel very 0-0 at the moment. Gills have got a free kick in a very dangerous position. It was won by Coleman, essentially. It's going to be Matt Sclatter takes it. It takes a shot towards goal, and it just floats over the right-hand side of the goal, the upright. It's not a bad free kick. I even think Connor Ripley probably had it covered. It wasn't it with venom. It was it with finesse, trying to float it in that top right-hand corner. It's not a bad free kick, but it really needs to nestle right in that top right-hand corner to beat Ripley. Still, it's a shot for Gillingham, a bit of intent, and we're 48 minutes on the clock. Maybe something we can build on. Port Vale coming forward here with an attacking, and it's really, really poor from Gillingham defensive. It goes across the box and it's gone. Oh my goodness me. Jaden Stockley should be putting that on target, and I have to say Port Vale should be running up. It was a really poor goal kick. It started that whole thing from Turner. He could only aim for Dieng. Obviously didn't win the header. Port Vale got us on the break, and oh blind goodness me, Jaden Stockley should be putting that in the back of the net, and Gillingham have got away with one there. Boof, that is the best chance of the game so far. Gillingham taking a frame quickly this right hand side. Get in the box. Let's make something happen. But to put it into the box, someone's got to get on the end of that. Surely, and it's goal! Yes! And just a score by Jaden Clark! Why is a foul? It was a really poor bit of work by Port Vale. We were snapping on it very quickly. We got the ball into the box, and out of all players, Andrews is in the box, and it's Jaden Clark with the header. And Gills are 1-0 up with 10 minutes to go, and this could be the moment that turns Gillingham's fortunes around. I think that goes to top scorer again, Jaden Clark, who's come on as a sub. He come on about 5 minutes ago, but we just pounced on a very poor bit of work by Port Vale here. The number 15, that's Connor Grant, who went down. We took the throw in quickly, got the ball into the box, took our chance. It should be Andrews going for that one, but instead it's Jaden Clark with a really, precise header maybe. I don't know. As we watched the replay go a little bit crazy, but I don't care. Gills are 1-0 up. We've got 10 minutes to play. My goodness me, against the league leaders. And that is full time, and Gills have finally got the win. Well, it's been a while since we had that feeling, and it's against the league leaders, but I'm going to leave the final words with Alan Wesgate.
Well, I have to say, I wouldn't have predicted that result with 20 minutes to go. Oh my goodness, that was going to a 0-0, wasn't it? And I mean, I did think that when we brought other players on, we'd be better, but I thought it was maybe slowly going towards Port Vale. But they didn't do much, did they? I mean, second half, if you were one of their fans, I was saying to someone when we scored, you'd be so annoyed. It was slightly all of their own making. And we should really take heart with the fact that when our players came on, we looked better. They weren't even fully match fit, some of them, but we just suddenly looked better. 2 weeks off now. Then I think it's Harrogate that we play at home. The Walsall game's very, very fortuitous in terms of its timing being postponed. That really should give us hope. The Monkeys off the back as well, which makes a big, big, big difference in terms of, when we do have a blip, it won't be 7, 8, 9, 10 wins, 10 games without a win. We needed this one way or another. Should have had it at Swindon, but we got it today. 2 weeks off, regroup. This should be more positive now. Wesgate Gills.